Today I'm making a type of video that I've been wanting to make for a little while, which is my very first cooking video. I'm actually really into cooking. I almost went to culinary school. So today I'm going to show my recipe for these awesome fish tacos I make. But before we start cooking, we're going to need some fish.
Ever do it.
So now we have our fish. We are using 2 beautiful fillets of black rockfish caught freshly out of the Pacific Ocean by myself. And so now we got our fish, let's start cooking. Alright, so now that I have the proper cooking attire on, I'm going to go over the ingredients that you will need for these tacos. These tacos are a little different. They're Greek style, so they're different than traditional fish tacos. But with that being said, this is what you'll need. Now that we have all our ingredients, let's get started. We are going to start with making the marinade for the fish. All right, for the marinade, you're gonna start with your mixing bowl. First ingredient is going to be 1 cup of extra virgin olive oil. Next ingredient is going to be a 1/2 cup of rice vinegar. The next ingredient is going to be 1/2 a lime. Next is going to be 1 whole garlic clove. And you want the clove finely chopped. Next, teaspoon of garlic salt. Teaspoon of crushed rosemary, teaspoon of celery salt, and a seasoning that I usually add is Old Bay seasoning, but I didn't have any, so I'm going to substitute with this Cajun seasoning right here. You can go ahead and add any seasoning that you think will benefit this marinade that you like. I'm adding this seasoning right here. I didn't put it in the ingredients list because it is actually from Spain. My girlfriend got this from me when she went to Spain a few years ago. So I add this every time. Once you have all your ingredients in, time to whisk up the marinade. Now that the marinade's done, I'm going to get a different cutting board to prep the fish. I'm going to be putting the fish and the marinade in this smaller dish. If you're cooking for more people, I recommend a bigger dish, but since I'm cooking for myself, I'm just using that one. I don't have a fillet knife, so I'll be using just a serrated knife. I'm going to first try to find the bones in these fillets. So I'm cutting this little piece out right here. This is the piece that had bone in it. That way we don't have to worry about eating any bones. I'm gonna do the same for this piece. So the first part of the prep for the fish, I'm going to be cutting the fillets into strips, following these lines in the fillets. Like so. There's one strip. There's another. For the taco pieces, you can cut them, you can cook them as long as this, but I like to cut each piece into chunks. So I recommend cutting them into chunks like this. You can leave them at this size, or you can go smaller if you want. I might actually go a little smaller. So when you're done, these are the taco pieces right here. And you're gonna take your dish and start laying them in there. Like so. Once all the fish is laid out in the dish, go ahead and evenly pour your marinade over the fish. Once your fish is in the marinade, go ahead and put that in the fridge. While we wait for our fish to marinate, we are going to make the last two things for our tacos. We're going to make a slaw and also the sauce that will go on the tacos, which is where it gets more like a Greek style taco. So first we're going to be making the slaw. The slaw, we are going to need 1 red cabbage, 1 green cabbage, cucumber, carrots, and my preference, a red onion. We will also be putting a lemon in. First, I'm gonna start with the carrot. I'm gonna chop off the end and the tip. And we're gonna start with the vegetable peeler. Peel the outside first. This part will not be going into the slaw. Then you're gonna take what you've peeled and you're gonna start peeling that into the bowl. Next, we're gonna be doing the same thing with the cucumber. Cut that in half. Half is going to be for the sauce, half is going to be for the slaw. So just like the carrot, peel the outside of the cucumber first. Once the skin's off the cucumber, start peeling pieces into the slaw. Next is the cabbage. So you want to take that first layer off because it's usually a dirty piece. Bust out a bigger knife. And I'm going to cut this thin. So, I'm going to chop that up a little finer. Same thing with the red cabbage. So that right there is the basic slaw. Now this is a new piece that I started adding, which is a red onion. Now with this guy, I'm going to cut very thin pieces. You don't want to add too much red onion, you don't want to overpower the slaw. And the last piece is the good old lemon. I'm going to cut this guy in half. And we're going to add half of this lemon to our slaw. And once that's all in there, let's go ahead and mix that up. And you should have kind of limp cabbage and all the other ingredients. It means it's thoroughly dressed. You got a nice lemony slaw. If you want, you could add some garlic salt or any other kind of seasoning for flavor, but for me, this is good enough. We cooked the fish. We got one last thing to make, which is the sauce that we are going to put on the fish. It's like a tzatziki sauce. It's got cucumbers and all that good stuff. So we're gonna make that real quick. We're gonna start cooking the fish and then we'll be done. For the sauce, I'm going to be using lemon, cucumber. This cucumber is the cucumber left over from the slaw, along with the lemon left over from the slaw, fresh garlic, Greek yogurt, and sour cream. To start, I'm going to first cut up the cucumber. I'm going to cut the cucumber up into small pieces. From these small pieces, you're going to want to cut them up even finer. I use about half a cucumber there. Next, I'm going to put 1 clove of garlic in there. Preferably a bigger clove, like this one right here. You want to cut this garlic up pretty fine as well. You don't want big chunks of garlic in your sauce. Alright, go ahead and add the garlic and cucumber to this bowl. There's a bowl that you will be mixing your sauce in. For the Greek yogurt, I'm going to use about half of this container. This is the 7-ounce container, so I'm only going to use half of this. Next, for the sour cream, it's about 3 tablespoons of sour cream. Oh, one ingredient I forgot, and that is dill. Take your lemon, squeeze about all of the lemon juice out. I like to be able to see the dill throughout the sauce pretty well. And go ahead and mix it up. There you go. That is your cream Greek style sauce that will go on the tacos. Pairs really well with that slaw and the marinade. Alright, so now that we have our slaw and sauce done, it's time to cook the fish. First, you want to make sure to grease your pan so the fish does not stick. Just rub a little bit of olive oil on that pan. I'm going to cook on a medium heat, not too hot, don't want to cook these too fast. You want to make sure, wait until your pan's hot. Get ready to cook your fish.
Everything about you. Everything about you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This was a fun, different kind of video for me to make. If you make these tacos, I hope you enjoy these. These are delicious. I'm glad to finally share my recipe with people. That being said, thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. Let me know if you want me to do more food videos. I hope to catch you and some fish in the next video. See ya.